Hello, everybody. Eric again. Today I'm talking about George W. Bush. This is George W. Bush. George W. Bush was born on July 6, 1946. He is an American politician, businessman, and former U.S. Air Force officer who was the 43rd president of the United States from 2001 to 2009. A member of the Republican Party and the eldest son of the 41st president, George H.W. Bush. He served as the 46th governor of Texas from 1995 to 2000. Born into the prominent Bush family in New Haven, Connecticut, Bush flew warplanes in the Texas Air National Guard in his 20s. After graduating from Harvard Business School in 1975, he worked in the oil industry. He later co-owned the Major League Baseball team Texas Rangers before being elected governor of Texas in 1994. As governor, Bush successfully sponsored legislation for tort reform, increased education funding, set higher standards for schools, and reformed the criminal justice system. He also helped make Texas the leading producer of wind-generated electricity in the United States. In the 2000 presidential election, he won over Democratic incumbent Vice President Al Gore while losing the popular vote after a narrow and contested electoral college win, which involved the Supreme Court decision to stop the recount in Florida. In his first term, Bush signed a major tax cuts program and education reform bill, the No Child Left Behind Act. He pushed for socially conservative efforts such as the Partial Birth Abortion Ban Act and faith-based initiatives. He also initiated the blank. He probably started the war in Afghanistan. This is the war in Afghanistan! Yes, George H.W. Bush. George H.W. Bush is the president that started the war in Afghanistan, guys. He's also the guy who signed the Patriot Act into a law and established the Department of Homeland Security. I thought this is the Department of Homeland Security! Yes, like Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. I've only said Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach! I said Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. I want to get that game. I really want to get Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. I really want to get that game. That would be pretty cool if I could get that. That would be pretty neat about it. Okay, guys, George W. Bush. That's who we're talking about next. George W. Bush, president of U.S. Pretty into about George W. Bush. Everybody in the whole wide world knows who George W. Bush is. There he is. There's George W. Bush. I can see him right there. Get off my screen. I do not want any cracks. Get off my screen, hair. Thank you, hair. What's that to see? SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob. Not doing that. No. Just gonna talk about George W. Bush. Got 2 minutes left remaining until we get to the end of that. Okay, we're not gonna sing the theme song. That's copyright. I don't want to break Nickelodeon. I don't want Nickelodeon to get mad at me if I can't sing that. It's not okay. Not allowed on YouTube. But I can say, yo. Yo! That's what the YouTuber says. That's what a YouTuber say. That's what a YouTuber say. Yeah, YouTuber. Like me. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a YouTube personality. But it's all about Mr. Beast, which I talked about in the last video. Everybody in the whole wide world knows Mr. Beast. Oh, and the song right here. Who let the dogs out? Woof! Woof! Who let the dogs out? Again. Oh yeah, George W. Bush also signed another law into the effect of the... I think George W. Bush, the next president that we'll be talking about tomorrow, will be Barack Obama. It's Barack Obama! Okay, here we go about Barack. Oh, everybody, I'm Barack Obama. That's who we'll be talking about next after George W. Bush. Barack Obama. Barack Hussein Obama. Everybody in the whole wide world knows who Barack Obama is too. We're going to focus back on my task at hand here on George W. Bush. George W. Bush. George W. Bush. I'm going to say George W. Bush. Everybody in the whole wide world knows who George W. Bush is. No, I did it again. Oh, well, we got 30 minutes remaining. 30 seconds remaining. Holy cow, that would be too big video if I make a 30-second video. Okay, a 30-minute video, sorry. Pretty cool about George W. Bush. Everybody in the whole wide world knows who George W. Bush is. He's a cool president. Everybody in the whole wide world knows who George W. Bush is. He's a cool president. Everybody in the whole wide world knows who he is. Excuse me. Excuse me. George W. Bush. Pretty into about him. Bye for now.